taking out time to attend this session. Today we are going to talk about CRM analytics. Basically, you must have heard about CRM analytics, or never got a chance or got a chance to look at it at a high level, but today we are going to cover it and check what all capabilities do CRM analytics offer. Uh, Before we get started, just wanted to check how many of you have at least logged in into CRM analytics and checked out what is there. If you have ever went over there in CRM analytics as an app, checked out the dashboards and all. Did anyone got chance to look into CRM analytics ever? Or everybody is new to like CRM analytics? Okay. So how many of you have heard about Einstein Analytics, Tableau CRM, and CRM Analytics or Wave Analytics? Okay, Ashish heard about it. Okay, so before we just get started, let me share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can able to see.
Yeah. So my name is Sagar Pareek. I'm Salesforce architect at one of the big fours, also a golden hoodie winner, author of 2 Salesforce books. You can follow me on Twitter at Sagar J Pareek. Today we are going to talk about CRM analytics, where we will mainly cover data connections, recipe, data sets, lenses, and dashboards. But before we get started, I just wanted to ask if you have ever heard these keywords like data connections, recipe, data sets, lenses, or dashboards. Have you came across these words ever in Salesforce or in your career? Ashish knows everything. Yeah, Sandeep knows about it. Okay, cool. So, Salesforce as a platform, is a software as a service where we have like a main offering by Salesforce, a Sales Cloud, widely Sales Cloud, but we do have other products as well. But there we have mainly our CRM, customer relationship management software. But Salesforce recently came up with a new tool which is mainly focused on analytics. Earlier, to give you a background, CRM analytics was like started as a wave analytics company. Like it was a startup where they had wave analytics where they used to give products based upon analytics. Salesforce acquired it and branded it up as Einstein Analytics. Then Einstein Analytics was rebranded to as Tableau CRM, and then it was again rebranded recently as CRM Analytics. So if you hear about word like CRM Analytics or Tableau CRM or Einstein Analytics, they all are one and the same thing. Tableau is a different product. Tableau was a company that was acquired by Salesforce, and then they rebranded Einstein Analytics as Tableau CRM. But yeah, now they have separated out Tableau CRM as in CRM analytics. So CRM analytics is offered as part of the Salesforce platform itself. So let me share my screen, Salesforce screen, and show you how it works out. Can you see my Salesforce screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So before you get started on CRM analytics, you need to check that do you have Salesforce CRM or Einstein license in your system? So what you will go do is you will log in into your Salesforce and just type company information. And over here, you will check if you have CRM Analytics Plus or CRM Analytics license. So you can see CRM Analytics Plus license I do have. Total licenses are 2. And I have 1 use license, which is assigned to my name. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and check out, can we use a CRM and how we can use the CRM analytics on a user. So if you go to the users tab or user settings in Salesforce, And then you go ahead and let's say if I go on my name, scroll down, and over here, if you check out what all licenses I do have. So I have permission set license assignments as CRM Analytics Plus. So your users before getting started on CRM Analytics should have CRM Analytics Plus license assigned to them. And in terms of permission set assignments, they should have CRM Analytics Plus admin or CRM Analytics user. So if you want your users to behave like a normal user without admin rights, your permission set assignment should be CRM Analytics Plus user. If you want your user to be acting like an admin, you should give CRM Analytics Plus admin as a permission set assignment. So if I click on edit assignment, here you can see there are two types of permission sets: CRM Analytics Platform Admin and CRM Analytics Platform User. So because I am the admin of this org, I need this platform admin. But for normal user, you will give Salesforce Analytics Platform User as a license in order to access CRM Analytics. So once you do it, you can go to setup and you will see an option of Analytics Studio. So now Analytics Studio is your CRM Analytics, where your main work is done in relation to like collecting your data, transforming your data, and creating your dashboards. Now, why we are altogether going in Analytics Studio, why it is not part of reports and dashboards in Salesforce. So Salesforce already offers one of the capability called reporting, reports and dashboard. So if you click on like app launcher and type reports, or you access it by the tab, you can go onto reports and utilize the capability of Salesforce reporting. Salesforce reporting is used where you want extensive reports. You want to just analyze your data and just share it with a group of users. And it is just like non-actionable data. It's just like you can just take a look at the data and then go ahead in Salesforce search around that data and then take actions on it. But when we talk about CRM analytics, it offers dashboards which are interactive. But these are not based on these reports. In case of Salesforce, if you want to utilize these reports, you can utilize those reports onto these dashboards. You can create dashboards here in Salesforce, but those are not interactive dashboards. You cannot click on those charts and take any action or change the other charts based on that. And where do CRM analytics come in picture? CRM analytics come in picture where you need interactive dashboards. You need data integration built right into the platform. You want several connectors. You want mix and match of data. There you can utilize CRM analytics. So now we will talk about the capabilities. Before moving ahead, I would just ask you, do you know all the reports in Salesforce? What we just need to create before creating a report? What is the baseline before creating a report in Salesforce? Anyone? If we are going to create a report in a dashboard, report in Salesforce, and we want to create a dashboard out of it, what is the baseline? What we should have at first place to create a report in Salesforce?
Report type,
Yeah,
Records.
yeah, records, data, report types. Yes, report types is the correct one. So we should have our report types. And once we have report types, we can create our reports. So similarly, in CRM analytics, we should have our data and we should have data set. But how to create that data set? As I told you that we can mix and match data inside CRM analytics. We will talk about it now. So now once I am in CRM Analytics Studio, I have a capability known as Data Manager. If I click on Data Manager, so now you can see what all capabilities I have at my disposal. I have the jobs monitored, data asset, recipe, uses, connections, data templates. So this is the Data Manager is the place where you can collect your data and play with it. But before collecting the data, you need to have a connection created. So you can see here is a connection and the connection name is SFDC local. This is offered by Salesforce at default, but you can add more connections over here to collect data from various sources. Again, this is a difference with reports and dashboards. that you have in Salesforce. You cannot pull data from other systems inside reports and dashboard, provided if you have any, like, you don't have any integration built in Salesforce. You have to write an integration over there. Over here in CRM analytics, you don't need to write any integration. You can directly do that using a connector. So if I click on new connection, I have an option to select any of the system which I want, which is listed over here. So majority of the systems are listed over here, which are very popular. But if you want anything which you want to be like uh, coming up from any other like on-premise system, you can use the MuleSoft connector to pull the data inside CRM analytics. Again, this data will come inside CRM analytics. It will not come in Salesforce. Although you are accessing CRM analytics as part of the Salesforce platform, but it will not come in Sales. So you will not see any custom object or data getting populated inside Salesforce, but you will do see that as a data set inside your CRM analytics. So let's say we have this SFDC local, we have all these objects, main objects already synced up. Now, let's say I want my account data to be synced up. So you can see right now it's not synced, but if I click on run data sync, I have two options. Do you want to, it says, do you want to sync all data in the object, full sync refresh all the rows of your data, not just rows updated since last sync? So if I click on run full sync, it will pull all the data which is available in the system. Incremental sync is an option which will pull only updated data or recently updated data. So let's say if I click on run full sync, it will start syncing the data from my Salesforce org because it's a SFDC local connection. Similarly, if I want to run a, let's say, sync for opportunity, I can click on opportunity and click on run data sync. Again, I am doing a full sync. So it will start pulling data inside CRM analytics right from Salesforce. Again, right now we have not reached to a level where we can compare it with the report types. But yeah, what we are doing is we are pulling the data from Salesforce inside CRM analytics. So what does it mean? It means like you can access CRM analytics right from Salesforce, but theoretically it's a different platform altogether. You don't have direct access to the data based inside Salesforce. You need a connection in order to pull Salesforce data. And then after pulling the data from Salesforce, you would be able to play with that data. You will need to create the relationships inside CRM analytics. So you can see the sync with account is complete. I'm just waiting for this opportunity to get complete. Okay, opportunity also got completed. So we have the sync done from account and opportunity. Now let's talk about the second part of it. So once you have connections pulling up your data, you can create recipes. So you can see right now I have only, like, I don't have any recipe over here. It says 0 items. But if I go to data asset, you can see there are predefined data sets already created by Salesforce when I signed up for this org. But right now we are not going to utilize them. But why I came to this data asset tab is I just wanted to talk about recipes. A recipe is a way to create your data asset, which is data set. Recipe helps you to transform your data, connect your data nodes and play with the data and create your data sets so that you can start using them on your dashboards. So how to do that? So once I am on recipe, I will click on new recipe. Now it will open up a whiteboard for me to play with the data. First of all, I need to click on add input data. And then I will select the node, which is the child record. Okay. So let's say if I want to create a relationship between account and opportunity. So what is the relation between account and opportunity? Which one is parent and which one is child as per your Salesforce knowledge?
Account is parent and opportunity child.
Yeah. So the thumb rule of doing anything in these tools, analytic tool, is to get started with the child records. So in our case, opportunity is the child. So what I will do is, first of all, I will go on to this upper drop down and I will only select, let's say Salesforce objects over here. Yeah, you can see the location is SFDC local. So you have to differentiate between which type of connection you are using or location you are using when you are trying to tie up anything with the connection. So here I can go and select the opportunity first of all. Now at the right hand side, I will select the fields which I want. I need ID, I need account ID, name, stage name. Okay. And maybe like amount. Let's see if amount is selected. Yeah, amount is selected. So these are the few fields which are already set. I will go with them only. I will click on next. So now I have opportunity on my whiteboard. You can see opportunity is the starting node for me. Now I will create the relationship with account. Remember that whenever you create your report types in Salesforce, what you need to do, you go ahead and create subsets out, like you create like inner join, outer join over there, right? You connect with one of the node, like either the parent or child. Similar things you need to do over here, but in a different way. You have to define the relationship over here. Opportunity can be linked with any of the object you want, any external data that you want, any CSV file that you want. You can import over here and play with it, provided the common factor is available in it. Let's say opportunity ID is available in the CSV file. You can use that over here and create your new data set out of it. But let's talk about the general way. Let's talk about the relationship with account. Now we'll go on this plus icon, click on this and click on join. Now what I need to select? I need to select account over here, the parent one. Again, now I have ID, name, type, all the like fields which I want. Let's say if I want active as well, I want stage. Now hold on, rating. I will select rating. We have rating. Okay, we have rating and click on next. Now, if it is a common relationship, it will automatically select it as opportunity account ID and accounts ID. But if in case it's a CSV file or any other node which you are trying to connect with the opportunity or any other object, you have to select it manually from, like, let's say what is the join key for here? It would be account ID. And from account, it would be ID. So I will click on add. Now, this type of relationship which we are trying to do over here would always be lookup. If you want data to be pulled up in any other way, let's say from the left source, you need all the data. Remember that when I say left source or right source, or like let's say left join, right join, inner join, outer join, these depend on what are you treating it as a left side. So in this case, we are treating opportunity on the left hand side because it is a child. So we go simply by the left sourcing theory. So let's say right now I will treat all my data coming from opportunity and then linking up with account. Now, wherever I find the match, list all that data. This is what I'm doing with the lookup. On the left hand side, what I can do is I can include all the rows from the left hand side, including all the rows which are coming from the right hand side. Even if the multiple matches are found, it will keep on matching it up. And similarly for the like where you want the source to be coming in from, right, or for a common, if you want common data only the matched up data, you can use inner join. If you want all the matches along with from wherever the data is coming, right or left, you can use outer join. So meaning is like over here on the opportunity, wherever the account ID is matched up, link it with account. But when we talk about the left join, take all the opportunities, and if you find out any of the match with the account, then pull up the data. That type of theory you can follow up, like depends upon how you want to visualize your data or how you want to connect your data or several nodes. You can think about that type of join. For the simplistic way of explaining right now, I will just take a lookup where I will say from the opportunity, take the account ID, lookup for the account ID, means accounts ID, and match up the data. I'm not selecting lookup multiple values or anything else. And I'm just providing that field to be account, means account is getting linked up. So this is the prefix which would be attached to all the account fields when we are going to do this join. Now I will click on apply. So now I have account and opportunity linked onto this join 0. And if I want to do a preview, you can see if it get, it's get generated. You can see the complete preview is coming up, how it is getting linked. If I go to, let's say, right hand side, you can see all the account fields are also coming. So here we have opportunity ID, account ID, we have name of opportunity, stage, amount. If I go to the right hand side, you can see billing country. See, these joins are coming up over here, right? Industry. And if you look onto the name, API name of any of the field which is coming from account, you can see account.industry, account.website, account.account number. These are getting used, or these are getting generated based upon the prefix which I provided over here. If I change it to ACC, it will say ACC, and that's how I can access into my dashboards as well. So this is how you can create a relationship. But now, if you want any output from this particular recipe, you'll need to click on plus onto the join, click on output. Now you need to give a data set display label. So I will give it like opportunities with accounts. And I will name its dataset API name as the same one. And I'm going to save into my private app only because it's my own app. Like whenever a user is trying to create a app, a default location goes to my private app. You can create more apps, like more folders to save your data. Now, if I click on apply and I will click on save and run. Now I need to name the recipe as well. So it's ops with accounts. Click on save. Once you have saved the recipe, it will start running. So you can see recipe has been queued to run. Now if I go back to data manager, you can see it's running. It's again running the sync and everything. So whenever you schedule a recipe or whenever you run a recipe, it will automatically run the data sync for you. So now let's wait for the data sync to complete and then recipe to run. So now you can see ops with account recipe is running. So now let's wait for this to complete.
I have one question. How will we getting the latest data?
Latest data. So whenever you run a recipe, you have to schedule, like either you run it manually or either you schedule the recipe and it will pull the latest data. And it depends upon what type of sync you are using. Is it an incremental sync or it's a full sync? So incremental sync will pull the latest values and the full sync will run like all the sync and it will take more time. Always it is recommended to use the incremental sync where like you don't have much of the data getting updated. So it will automatically pull up your data whenever your recipe will run.
Okay.
Let's check. Okay, so our recipe is complete. Now we will go into data asset. Now you can see I have ops with accounts. When it was created back in 22. Where is mine, which I created just now? You can see here it like opportunities with accounts. And if I click on this one, so this is my data set which was just created. So now can you tell me where we can figure out that it was created by that recipe or not?
In the data manager.
No, so you can see source over here, recipe, opportunity with account underscore recipe. So every data set will have a source. So if that don't have a source, which means it was created by a CSV file. So you can see the source is ops with accounts underscore recipe. This particular data set is getting created by that. Now we have the data set. Now I've been telling you that data set is like gets created once you run the recipe, all the data is stored over there. Now where is the data stored? Now how I can check? So in order to check the data, you will need to click on explore. Once you click on explore, it will open up a lens. Now, what is a lens? Lens is same as what you have as a magnifying glass on something. On the lens, you can check your data details. You can magnify the data, check it, play with it, and group it by, check all the fields. Is it data coming up correctly or not? So over here, if I want to check if data is coming correctly, one way is to visualize the data using charts. I can click on bars. I can group my data using stage and check how much data is like, basically this is coming with the opportunity, right? And it has account details. So it is grouping up all the opportunity data based upon the stages we have. If I want to group it by the account details as well with the rating, let's say rating, where is rating? Yeah, we have rating over here. I can group it by rating as well. So I think we don't have anything related to rating. Let me check with the industry. Account.industry. Yeah. So I can group it by industry as well. And it gets sub-categorized. Let's say how we have like close loss. We have these all industries under this opportunities close loss stage. Under close won stage, we have these many industries coming from the account. So this is how we can categorize the opportunities data based upon the account fields. Okay. Now, once we are done with this, what we need to do is once we have like checked all the data, we have visualized using chart, we can also check it with table mode. I can go in these, I can go into this table mode. I can go into value table and check all the field values. I can analyze the data over here if it is correct or not. Why it is needed? Let's say you are using another system, you are doing some connections over here. You can check out the data from your source system, match it up over here, and then correct it. Or if something went wrong in your join, you can correct it going back to your recipe and make the required corrections over there. But right now it looks good. What we now need to do is we need to use our data set into our dashboard. So now let's go back to our CRM Analytics Studio. So once I am in Studio, you will see a lot of things over here where we have home, browse, favorite, notification, all these things. You don't have to worry about it. You just need to click on view all and you will see all the items over here. Okay, so We have all the items over here. We have apps, dashboards, components, lenses, models, dataset, templates. So we have covered lenses. We are going to talk about dashboards. Let's first cover the first part, which is apps. I will click on apps and I can create a new app for me where I can grant permissions who can view it. I can click on create blank app, click on continue and name it like my first app and click on create. Now what I can do is I can click again on create and create a dashboard over here. I can import all my data sets. I can go back to my data set. Let's say if I go back to my data set, it's my lens. If I go to data manager, and if I go to my data assets and then go to opportunities with accounts, here I have an option to change the location. I can choose the location which I want. I have like my first app. So you can see my first app is coming up. If I do it like this, I can save it over there. And now if I go back to Analytics Studio, and now if I go to my first app, now you can see my data set came up over here. So this way you can collect all your resources at one place. Now let's talk about, so this is the use case of our particular app, why we need to create an app. We can collect all our data set dashboards at one place. Also, it helps us to share up the things with other users. If you want to restrict its uses, we can do that as well. So you can, right now you can see it's only shared with me. You can type other user names over here. I don't have enough users over here, but you can type name of the users and give them access relatively. Now, if you want to give it access to a particular group, you can give it to a group. If you want to like only want to give access to a particular role, you can do that as well. It depends upon how your organization is, or organization role hierarchy is working. You can give that as well. If you want to include subordinates as well, you can include subordinates as well. You have three types of permission. One is viewer, which like user would only be able to view it. Editor is like person who can edit the dashboard. Manager is the user who can change the user permissions as well. So these are the three different types of categories of user permission, and you have three different types of access level: user, group, and role, and which can have subordinates or non-subordinates. Now, this is why we use app. We use app in order to give access to the users. Now coming on to dashboard, that is the main part. Now, if you want to create a dashboard, click on create, then go on to dashboard, click on blank dashboard. Now, you can see there are a lot of cells over here. Why these cells are present over here? In order, like, these help us to organize our charts in great way. One of the example could be you can divide this sections for you of the cells to have some other components, and on the right hand side you can put other widgets and all. So there it comes into picture. Now, how to get started on development of a dashboard? So first thing you should always keep in mind is always divide your dashboard into containers. On the left hand side, you can see a lot of widgets are available. We'll talk about them on a very high level. So first thing first is you have to divide your dashboard into containers. So you can drag and drop a container over here. Let's say onto the first part, I will just put it in a way that it covers all the width of this particular dashboard. And over here, you can maybe put a picture of your organization or the client you are working with. Mainly, I utilize this place for filters and logos. So let's say if I want to put a filter, let's say if I want to put a list filter, I can put as many as filters I want from opportunities with account. I need to select a data set. If I click on this list filter, I need to select my data set and then type, let's say one of the account type I want to put, I can put that field over here and it will come up as a filter over here. Again, if I want to put a list filter over here, I can put one more filter. Let's say stage of opportunity. So I have stage of opportunity. Now these filters will control all my charts over here. So before putting up the charts, I need to put one more container. I can decide how much area I want to cover as a container. Let's say I want to increase the height and width of this. Now I will start putting up my charts. So this is a chart widget. I can put up this chart widget over here. Let's say I want 2 charts in this particular container. I can do that as well. I will divide it into 2 halves. The first chart, let's design our first chart over here. I'll click on this chart icon. You can see recently I used opportunities with account as the data set. So it's currently coming as pre-selected. But if I want to change at any point of time, I can do that as well. I can go to this opportunities with accounts, select it up, and then start creating my chart. So opportunities with accounts is my main data set, which we create. Now we are going to utilize it as a part of a chart. So you can see its UI is similar as that of the lens that we created earlier while exploring that data set. So these both remain the same, but lens is something where you can explore the data. Now, over here, we will create our first chart. So let's say I want the amount to be categorized based upon the stages of opportunities I have. So I will select sum of amount over here and remove count of rows. In the bar, how I will group it up, how I will categorize it up is based upon the stages that I have in the system. So I have done that. So I have just grouped up sum of amount in my system with stages. Now you can see it says 140 million, it says 426 million, but it don't have dollar symbol. So in order to put a dollar symbol, I can click on this drop down, click on format numbers, and then go to currency. Let's say I want rounded currency, so I will click on currency rounded, and you can see over here $140 million is coming up. Now let's put one more chart over here on the right hand side. Click on this chart. And over here, let's again select amount. In the bar, let's select the industry. So this is based upon account industry. Now I will again change it to like format it to the dollar value. But it's the same as that of the previous chart. It was like now I don't want some different flavor to it. I just want a different UI to this chart. Although it's completely different. The earlier one was based upon the stage names, but this is based upon the industry. I want it to look more intuitive, more understandable rather than simple charts. So I can go onto the right hand side. You can see charts. Here I can decide what type of chart it should look like. So let's say if I select donut, you can see it's now a donut chart and all the industries are coming as legend. I click on done. You can see another chart got added of different type. Now, how to make it more beautiful, how to make our dashboard more beautiful? What I will do is I will provide a title to the left hand side chart. It could be like opportunities amount by stages. And on the right hand side, I can say that amount by industries. Now I can even change the font size to let's say 18, same over here as 18. Then I can also change the border of these charts. So if I go to widget styling, I can select a border, then border color and border color over here. Similarly over here, if I want widget styling, then select border. Even I can give the border thickness as well, border width to differentiate these both of these charts. So we have these, and even I can separate out two containers as well. You can see now from the above one, it's little bit different. If I click on save, it will ask me what type of name you want to give to this dashboard. So I can say my first dashboard, and onto the app, I can select the app which I created, which was my first app, and I will click on save. So this is my first dashboard got created, but now let's play with the dashboard now to see how interactive it is. Now if I click on preview, now I am in preview mode. This is how my end users would look at this dashboard. And now if I want, I can click on the filter to filter out the data. I want only customer account type to be visible onto these charts. Once I click on them, you can see the charts got changed interactively, and they like even animated the data being changed. And this is something you must not have seen anywhere in Salesforce when it is being you have been working with reports and dashboards. Now if I go to partner, you can see this is how it is changing again over here. So if I want to reset to the initial values, I can do this as well. Now if I want to view the data based on stages, so let's say I just want to view the data based on negotiation review stage, I will click on it. Again, the left hand side will only show the negotiation stage data, but the right hand side you can see the chart got changed based upon the industry it had. So this is how you can create your dashboards. There's one more thing which is related to conditional formatting. Now, if I want to create charts which change color as per the data which is being shown, we can control that as well. So let's say we put one more container and we introduce one chart over here. Let's say it should be a column chart. Maybe like we'll go with the amount, remove discount, categorize it by, let's say, opportunity type, and click on done. But it's in million, so it could be an issue, but let's see. Let me change it to column chart, update it, and I can stretch it out like this and give the name like opportunities by type. Okay, now let's see if conditional formatting could work out on this. And I would say measures, sum of amount. So I can change the color. Even I can create some bins as well over here. So it depends how you want to give the conditional formatting. Even if you had lesser number, because it's in millions, if you have like lesser numbers, let's say if I take out number widget and put count only, and then bars as, let's say, categorize it by, let's not categorize it. Let's say, let's put it at count of rows, and I put filter on, let's say, rating, account rating. Do we have anything with rating? No, we don't have. Let's put on type. So if I go with the opportunity type and select new business, so you can see there are 340 records over here. And also what I can do is group it by type again. So it will showcase it's a new business. So if I click on done, so you can see it's 340, but what if it changes with time? What I can do is I can go in conditional formatting, click on add rule, because now this number is something I can work upon. Earlier it was not showing because it was on millions and all. So if I click on specify ranges, if it is less than 0, greater than, let's say, let's add a color, text color as red, and then number color as well red. And onto this one, text color greater than 0, let's say be blue, number color be blue. Click on done. You can see the number got changed over here, but let me add one more bin over here, which is 0 to, let's say, 300, and anything above 300 to be like text color to be blue and number to be blue, and click on apply. So anything above 300 should be, let's say, greater than equal to. Okay, so I have anything less than 0 should be red. From 0 to 300, it should be blue. Anything greater than 300 should be green. So it's showing green right now. So now if I click on save, and then now if I go back and edit this to make it work like, let's remove this filter and change it to, let's say, if I put a filter onto any other type as existing business, update it says 122. So you can see what we had, the color changed it to blue over here, because the range is between 0 to 300. If it has been more than 300, you already saw that it was green. So I changed the type and it started showing up the data as in blue color. So you can change the colors. Even it can be controlled by the type if you put it up over here. So let's say if you remove the filter from here, if I go ahead and remove this filter, click on update. So it will, hold on, what happened? I remove the filter, I grouped it by, let's remove this one as well. Let's show complete data. Click on update. So it's 706, which is greater than 300 now. But what if at top I put a filter for the opportunity type? Let's say I go again with the list filter, put it as type, which is opportunity type. Click on create, preview it. Now, if I select new business, you can see the color is green. Now, if I make it existing business, you can see color goes to blue, which is less than 300. If I click on add-on and all, you can see it's 244, which is between 0 to 300. So this is how you can change the colors of the text and all as well. The last part which we will cover is the navigation. So let's say if you have the multiple pages on a single dashboard, first of all, just want to tell you, you can add one more page or multiple pages on a single dashboard. So let's say if I say service, I've created one more page name service and rename this particular one as sales, and click on save, then preview it. So you can see right now I'm onto my dashboard, but I don't have any way to go to the next page. When if I click over here, I don't have any way to go to any second page that I had. So what I will do is I will add a navigation over here. So at the bottom of this widget thing, you will see a page widget. Now I have added sales and service over here. The same thing I can go do it by going onto the service page. First of all, I need to add a container. You can do it by container without container as well, but it's the best practice to have a container as well. So I will put the container as well, the container and the widget as well. Click on save, preview it. Now, the best way is like you can see you are right now on service. It's already highlighted. Now, if I click on sales, I can go back to the sales. If I click on service, I can go back to the service. This is how you can navigate anywhere within the dashboard. So this is something which is really basic related to CRM analytics. This is what I all had to discuss with you today. Maybe in the next session, we'll cover about advanced topics related to CRM analytics, where you can take actions directly from CRM analytics charts. You can click and navigate anywhere within Salesforce or any other systems, and you can create charts which can group up data inside dashboard. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer any of the questions you have. Over to you, Praveen.
Yeah. Is there any questions? I think there are no questions, Sagar.
Okay, then.
Yeah, we are going to announce the last session's social media winner, and the winner is John Peter. Congrats for the winning this fax. Please share the email ID in the chat box.